Concord, North Carolina. Did you know it's home to a back-to-back state championship basketball team? The Cox Mill High School Chargers. Boy, are they something. The Chargers, under head coach Jody Barbie, have been on fire the last 2 seasons, taking home the state championship title 2 years in a row. In order to tell their story, we have to go to the end, but also the beginning.
We got to the state championship game, and for us to win that thing and be the first time in school history for us was one of the ultimate feelings. You try to compare things at times to this feeling to that feeling, but it was one of the probably, for me, besides being married to my wife and my kids being born, is one of the greatest feelings that I've ever experienced. And to see those kids enjoy it like that, and tears and the laughs and the smiles, really makes what I do worthwhile.
Cox Mill dominated the 2016-17 season, finishing 27-6, and defeated Eastern Guilford 70-66 in the championship game, due to a 29-point game by this guy, Wendell Moore Jr., a 6'6", 205-pound sophomore at the time, who will be very crucial to the remainder of the story.
He's a warrior, he's a competitor, and I think a lot of times people go into the rankings and feel like he should be ranked higher because of the way he plays the game. The kid plays the game the right way. He gets his teammates involved, he rebounds, he defends, he scores. But you know, before the game, I just told him to relax, have fun. It was another game. You know, yeah, there was a lot on the line, but to enjoy it, enjoy the moment, get lost in that moment. And I felt like he did.
I mean, that was just a game that I knew I had to win. And I mean, I just want to do everything I could to help my team win.
But he's not the only one that was unstoppable that season. Another sophomore, Caleb Stone Carrawell, son of former Duke basketball guard and newly hired assistant coach Chris Carrawell, averaged 8 points per game. But his role will change during the season of this story.
Winning the first state championship, it was real good because, you know, kind of got like a monkey off our back. And we worked so hard in the off season, so it was very good. It was very overwhelming, and you know, we worked so hard to, you know, get there, so, and winning it all, so it was real good.
Caleb, what can I say about Caleb? I mean, it was a phenomenal game for him as a sophomore too. It's like every big moment Caleb steps up. You know, the bigger games, the better Caleb plays, and both those kids really stepped up and gave us what we needed to finish off Eastern Guilford last year.
Both of these key players would return for this next run at the title, but one person was gone, senior Francis Seo, who averaged 15.1 points for the Chargers as a senior.
He had a huge impact on our team. I mean, he was just always a guy that kept us together. I mean, he was the guy who got us going, who calmed us down. I mean, he was just our leader. So, I mean, so losing a guy like him, I mean, it hit pretty hard, but we found a way to get over it.
He had a real big impact because he was a leader. He was a talker on the floor. He was good on offense, defense. He was an all-around player, and he was like a real good friend of mine. He still is, but you know, he helped us a lot on the court because, you know, he used to like push us to go harder every day and just to keep working hard. And you know, he did a lot for us, really.
Francis was the ultimate leader. More than what he did on the floor as far as, you know, points, assists, rebounds. His leadership meant more than anything to us, locker room, outside the locker room, because very vocal kid, very competitive. But you know, he averaged 15 points a game because he got open looks off of what Wendell got him, what Caleb got him. And he created his own. But losing Francis and going into the next season, you're thinking, you know, how do you replace a kid that was all conference, 15 points a game, played on a state championship game? You know, what do you do? Who do you get ready? What sophomore, what junior can step up next year? So there was a lot of things rolling through my mind at that point in time as who's going to be the next man up. You know, I knew I had a good core group coming back with Cody and Joe and JB. So we felt like we could still be very competitive. We felt like we still had a chance to win another state championship, and you know, and build off what the one that we won last year. But you know, it's hard to replace a kid like Francis. Just the things that he did for us. He's just the ultimate teammate.
This is where our story starts. The Chargers needed to find a missing piece to the puzzle. Meet Rayshawn Black, aka Leaky. a 6'8", 185-pound guard from Charlotte, North Carolina. Black averaged 14.4 points a game his sophomore year at Concord High School, before transferring to the powerhouse school of Florida Montverde Academy, home of NBA rookie sensation Ben Simmons. The Chargers knew they needed to add a player like this if they were planning on returning to the state championship game.
When you first caught wind of, Leaky might be coming over here to Cox Mill, so what was your first, reaction to that?
That was right after the state championship game. You started hearing whispers, and at that point in time, it's rumors. You think, well, if he does, we'd be in a really good situation.
I mean, we've been friends for a long time. So when I heard that there was a possibility of him leaving Montverde, I was just talking to him a lot about coming to Cox Mill.
So why ultimately was Cox Mill the best decision for you in your senior year, and how did that come to your conclusion?
Well, at first I just wanted to come back home, and then I started weighing in the options of, Coach Jody Barbie, how he's developed the kids in this area. I see how he stays in the gym, he gets him a good trainer, stuff like that. So, and just the way the basketball family is here. So I just wanted to be a part of it.
Rayshawn Black, who had already committed to UNC Chapel Hill, was bringing something special to the Chargers, especially since he would be playing alongside the number 3 ranked recruit for 2019, Wendell Moore Jr., and the 8th ranked Caleb Stone Carrawell.
You get stuff seeing oh, he just wants to team up with him just to get a ring, all this nonsense. Really, I just wanted to be around the game of basketball and get better every day, going up against him, practicing against him and stuff like that. You have no choice but to get better.
Towards the end of June, he got home, from Montverde, and then at that point in time, I got a phone call from his mom, said that they were enrolling him here at Cox Mill High School, and that was maybe a week right before we went to our last team camp at East Coast Invitational in Jacksonville, North Carolina. So we got him, he got enrolled, got all his paperwork taken care of, so we got him to go with us down there. And then at that point in time, down there we're in team camp. I really am not structured defensively. I worry more about an offense. Kind of let them play offensively, but man, it was nice to watch. It really flowed really well between Leaky and the rest of the team.
After acquiring the 2018 5th-ranked recruit in North Carolina, Cox Mill was ready to take the regular season by storm.